What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lady Scrap. You know your favorite demo from the West Side Fruits. And what's interesting about this rant is I already got the title. T.M.I. Definitely calling this T.M.I. And what brought me here? I always got to take a pause and reflect. I always pause and just think real quick, like, yeah, what be making people, why am I the chosen person to just like get told some of the stuff I don't even ask? People say volunteering information to me. Whether it's a fact or a lie or an opinion, they volunteering some information to me. A lady told me how she told her mother-in-law her son was they was having anal sex. They used to have anal sex. Now my thing is, why was this a conversation? Yo, mother-in-law didn't ask. Your mother-in-law didn't inquire. Now, before I keep telling this lady business, am I worried about her listening to this? Apparently not. Obviously not. It's too late to think about that, right? For those of y'all that thought about it though, that's what I'm saying. She she obviously, excuse me, she obviously doesn't listen to this. That's why I have a care in the world about talking about her on here. Why I'm not worried about her. I'm not worried about y'all knowing who I'm talking about. And y'all telling her she ain't finna listen to this. If and when this person I'm talking about, if and when in reference this rant is about contacts me, I would definitely let them know the truth is the truth. That's just the bottom line. You did, you said it. That's just, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, answer the questions I'm finna ask. Answer the questions you heard me ask. Opposed to just being mad at something you said. Because why do we do that, people? We say something and then get offended off a person's reaction or opinion off what was said when they have the right to react however they do. That's like, we're not dictators as much as we want to be. We're not controlling people as much as we like to, as much as we would think we are. Like, you can't, what the fuck? What the heck? Shit, hell. What's up with that, people? We stay constantly criticizing and contradicting. We can't wait to tell a person what they doing wrong, what they should have did, give some unsolicited advice, unsolicited suggestion, something they didn't even ask for. Here we go with our opinion because we can give it. It's our mouth, it's our thoughts. Who gonna stop us from talking? We got all of that going on. That mentality, that comeback, that response. However, comma, do that make it right? However, comma, is that like the reason? Because why? Especially when, again, like I always say, like I've said before, like I say a few times, we act like we don't care. We say we don't care. We don't give a damn what nobody got going on, long as it ain't got nothing to do with me. Just because I told you something don't mean it had nothing to do with you. I'm telling you something. We can't look at it like that. I'm getting it off my chest. We can't look at it like that. That's not a perspective. I don't know, possibly. Nevertheless, the lady told her mother-in-law, y'all, her son and her used to have anal sex. Now, what is this used to? Why am I saying like that? The son is deceased. He's unalive. He's no longer. He's no more. How old is these people? Let me see. Let me give y'all age demographic because I don't need nobody say here go to criticism. You feel me? Oh, that's that young. You don't know what it is. It's not. They was doing that in my generation. Let me tell you the generation. Let me tell you the era. These people, if I'm the age I am, these people are, because they're definitely older than me. I think what she say she is, she like 45. 46, late 40s. And I feel like either he was late 40s, early 50s. I think he was like 48. Everybody, I'm giving them between 44 and 48 for the both of them. One of the two. I ain't gonna get him no more, no less than that. So yeah, the mother-in-law is what we thinking in her late 60s, early 70s. Right. Why did you tell this lady? And what the thing about it is, the son is no longer like what kind of reminisce, what kind of back down memory lane. I don't know how to look at it. I'm just trying to, we got to get the angles. We got to get the perspectives because we don't know what made her say this. We don't know why she said this. And until she hear this, I never know. Because sometimes a person has to defend something for it to make sense, opposed to you asking them and they just letting you know, like, oh, well, we're open like that. We talk like that. It's nothing to her, or I didn't think nothing of it. It don't come out as easy. Who knows why she said this? Because I definitely don't know why she said that. And I'm trying to remember as I'm telling y'all, I was set up. No, I'm not sick. I got allergies all of a sudden. Took a Zyrtec, but if you do know, you know how that shit go. Nevertheless, did a car ride where they just in the house. It was definitely casual conversations going on. We're not gonna exclude that. We're not gonna ignore that. That's definitely it was some casual conversations going on. Still at all, we weren't talking about sex. Nobody was. Also, I think the mother-in-law came over. Cause yeah, I was at this person's house. I don't feel like the mother-in-law was there before I got there. Why is my memory so bad? We were definitely under the wines and spirits. The wines and spirits. I go. I was with the older people, so y'all know. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? You with me a little bit? However, coming. I'm just trying to like really paint the picture for y'all because it was random. As random as I'm saying this and getting to my points and all that, it was real random to me that it came out. And even the mother's response was just like, girl, what? And she kept going, like, yeah, he used to, he used to, you know, when is it TMI? When do we know? When do we not? When do we think? Maybe I shouldn't. Or do it not matter? Because we're grown. Because I'm grown. Like, yeah. Is it disrespectful? Because I just thought of that. Yeah, you can be grown, but then it's respect. A person may say that. A person may be thinking that. Are you being respectful with your grownness? Yeah, I get you grown. I'm growner, though. Like, the seniority of it all is just like, and then it's the upbringing. All of that matters. And what does it matter? Because if I'm comfortable like this with my family, if my family is comfortable like this is how I was raised. How do I know that you're not? How do I know that this wasn't your same experience? I don't know that. I'm not aware of that. If we already have an overly comfortable, overly, not even overly, if we already have a comfortable relationship, if we already bond, we got we build our own memories, we have our own memories, our own thing going on. When do I know How will you tell me this is TMI? Would you just say TMI? Some people get offended over that. Y'all see how sensitive the world can be. I see how sensitive I'm saying the world is at times, all the time. You know? Like y'all get what I'm saying? I'm sure someone agrees. I'm sure someone understands. It's just like, okay, me personally, I'm not talking about no sexual encounters with my homegirls, let alone my dude's mother. I'm not gonna tell my man's mother how her son handles me in the bedroom. I'm not gonna give no details. I'm not gonna give no visuals. I'm not gonna paint that picture like, what is going on? Why am I? Literally, I can't help but ask that. Like, why am I? What's going on? Why am I saying that? I'm not even having this conversation with my homegirls. They don't know how my man handles me in the bedroom. I'm not painting no picture for them. I don't want their mind to wonder. We not talking about bedroom encounters with each other. How about that? They not sharing their encounters with me. I'm not sharing my encounters with them. And I'm saying in a TMI way. I'm giving detailed information. I'm painting a picture. I'm giving visuals. We're not doing that. No, 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 no. We saying yeah, we done fucked him. After we're saying yeah, we done had sex. After we're saying I done laid up with him. After we done said we done slept together. We not saying nothing else. Yeah, we did that. That's about what it is. And we going on with the conversation. Yeah, we did that, this, that, the third. I didn't know he was like this, that, and the third. Nigga a little wild. He a little rough though. But we not giving too many details. We not giving too many, like, you feel me? We definitely saying like, nah, I fucked the shit out that nigga. We may say something like that, like, yeah, I put it on him. He hooked. But we not on no girl bent over. You feel me? And as he was trying to, this is what we no, 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 no. And we're damn sure not specifying which hole was used. For real, straight up. We not saying which hole was used. It ain't even no specifications needed with that. In my circle, in my group, again, let me reiterate that. Let me emphasize that. We're not with me. The ones with me, I don't care if we got the same mutual and y'all do. Well, that ain't how they talk to me. That's not how I talk to them. We're not overly sharing. We're not doing the TMI. The most a person is telling you what hickey came about. What? Yeah. And again, I don't know if it's just because it's me or what. But shit, I ain't judging you. Or maybe you don't want to end up over here where you feel judged. That's why it's me. Y'all censor yourself for me. However, I appreciate it. I love it. Because I don't want to be telling y'all this is TMI. I don't want to be saying, what the fuck are we talking about? I'm not the person that's drunk. Oh my God, I need something. Take the allergy medicine. I'm not the person that's getting drunk around women and feeling like, oh yeah, we finna rub on each other titties. We finna rub each other titties together. We finna bump coochies. We finna rub pussies. We're finna play carpet munching games. We're finna, uh-uh. No, I'm not that homegirl. I don't want to go to a naughty girl party. I do not want to be around a gang of women in lingerie playing posing with fucking sex toys. That's not my life. That's never been my life. I'm never been interested or intrigued in that, me personally. And again, I guess I give off that aura because I've never even been invited to decline. There ain't nobody ever told me to partake in their fuckery in that nature for me to be like, oh no, or okay, girl, and then just not show up. You know? Y'all remember the Tupperware parties? Showing my age, huh? Nevertheless, what was going on there? Anyway. When is it TMI? Why is it okay even though it's TMI? You know, why is it if I'd have told you it's TMI, you still gonna end up telling me some other sick ass shit, something more vulgar than the last time. As if you don't understand what too much information is. Is that how I'm supposed to look at that? You don't know that it's a group, it's a category. You can put a lot of stuff under that umbrella of too much information. Don't think it was just that one thing. Don't think it was just that one time and it's like, oh, okay, we talked about that, so now I can share. You not even tripping no more. No, yeah, I'm tripping. That's what made me say pause. Oh, look at that. Is that not the same? Is TMI like pause? Is pause like TMI? Can we make them the same? And y'all know my little pauses, I be thinking quick, trying to figure it out. Can we make them the same? I think we can make them the same. Are they the same a little bit? It depends, actually. At the same time, what does it depend on? Because look at the reference of how I'm doing it. When people say pause, I hate to say people, when men, because I ain't heard no women pause for real other than what I'm trying to do right now, and they might do it jokingly or something like that. However, the men pause and pause and pause. Simple stuff. Nothing. Dude eating a banana, he like, hey, yo, pause, I'm finna talk to you. What? He gotta break his hot dog in half. But none of that's TMI. Is that what we saying? Pause is better? How would you say TMI on me trying to tell you not to eat the banana like that? Because again, that's what they saying, pause. My example I'm giving. How you saying this TMI? With how he eating this hot dog. This glizzy, some of y'all may say. Or y'all said TMI, talking about gym stretches. You see, it goes with the gym stretches when they make them gym references and pause and all this. You can say, okay, TMI, TMI. Now, you know what'll make a person be like, man, shut up? The fact that you're saying is too much information, literally. What it stands for, what the TMI stands for, not what it represents. Because that pause represents TMI. However, because the conversation isn't that, it's not TMI. Y'all see what I did there? Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all get it? Say it one more time so you ain't gotta rewind it. Because the topic isn't a vulgar topic, because the topic isn't sexual, it's not TMI. However, if the man is telling the other man, the homie is telling the homie, you gotta stress that out. He gonna say pause. If the homie is telling the homie, you gotta stress that out. He cannot say TMI. Cause again, we talking about, it's like, nigga, what you mean TMI? I'm telling you, I'm stretching the muscles, fool. We talking about working out, right? Again, you gotta stress that out. And he just said pause though. He just said, you see, it ain't what you say, is how you say it. You see that? As long as it's always moving. Like, come on. We talking about working out either way it go, right? And it ain't what you say, is how you say it. That's what we gotta stick with. No, fool. If I'm telling you how to stretch your legs, I was gonna say thigh, and that came out crazy. If I'm telling you how to stretch your legs, I'm telling you how to stretch your muscles. If I'm telling you how to properly work out, and you feel like it's sexual references in there, yeah, that's TMI on your whole thought process. You gotta pause your whole brain, fool, because why are we forgetting what the fuck we talking about? Why are you thinking all of a sudden I'm making a sexual pass at you? And if you're not thinking I'm making a sexual pass at you, why are you saying pause? It's a lot of men around, and I gotta say pause. All of y'all think somebody here is gay? All of y'all think somebody here is undercover? All of y'all is thinking somebody is down low? A bunch of y'all around y'all? Y'all think the same thing with playing basketball? This that hand butt smack him on a good job. That ain't TMI. That's not a pause. Oh, it's sports. It's sports. Why's the line always moving? However, back to the topic at hand. Did the line move when I told y'all she told her mother-in-law they was having this anal? We can't forget we're back there. Was that a pause or a TMI? Did I miss my opportunity to say pause when she shared that? When she said, what me and my son, what me and your son used to do? And it wasn't even a what me and your son used to do. I don't know why I keep saying that. However, it was more so on the your son used to fuck me in that. Entertain the person only. Entertainment for entertaining purposes only. This is just entertainment. That's what I was trying to get out. For entertaining purposes only. This is only entertainment. Please don't knock me down. Don't shut me out. I'm just quoting. And I quote, that's what your son used to do. That's what a few sons is doing. So what we talking about? Oh, the fact that the mothers is finding out. So is it TMI? How would you feel, sir? How would you feel, babe? How would you feel, King, if you was in this position? If somebody, you told your mama, is it a worse blow because the son is no longer? Is it a lesser blow because the son is no longer and she ain't got to ask him? She ain't got to see him to really paint the picture, really have the visual, I guess. Ah, let's give him something to talk about. Let's give him something to think about. Which one is it? Where we at? Oh, how they feel. How do y'all feel about this? I want to know. Because apparently it's stuck on my head, right? I mean, obviously it's something that I'm just like, what? What made her do that? And again, that's what I was thinking. And again, the mother-in-law was probably thinking it too because she didn't really have a response. So I can't remember what she said. And you know what? Again, this was the pause. This was the TMI. I'm assuming because she didn't say anything for real. She didn't tell her, hey, girl, shut up. Hey, girl, why you tell me that? Hey, girl, don't be telling me nothing like that. Yeah, it was just a little awkward for real. At the same time, I think she was also like, just shut your ass up with a little giggle. Like, the nervous laugh. I be seeing that the women do. You feel me? I think that's just what it was. I think it was more so the nervous laugh, and a person couldn't deter that. They really didn't even pay no attention to the fact that that's all it was and giggled it off too. Like, oh, okay, they told me just shut my ass up. I'm serious. You told me I'll shut my ass up. I'm telling you something. Still in all, the wine and the spirits, the conversations were so all over the place. Nobody harbored on it but my mind. No one stuck on it except for my brain. But the shit kept going. You know what I mean? Conversation kept going. I'm just like, girl, shut your ass up. I can't even tell you what the next topic was because in my head, I was talking to myself about that. Like, man, what the fuck is going on? Why is it? And again, I was trying to figure out why I had to witness it. I was trying to figure out why I was a part of that. And again, was I a part of it just because I was there? She was talking to me. That had nothing to do with me. Why is why do I feel offended for the mother? Because as I'm talking to y'all, I think that's what it is. I'm offended for the mother because of how I was raised. You see how that is? Because of my upbringing, I feel away. I don't even know if the mother felt away. The mother didn't have daughters though. The mother don't have any girls. So in my mind, the mother is definitely offended because in my mind, her daughter wouldn't talk like that. In my mind, and again, I'm assuming I got the right to doesn't make it right. I can assume. That don't mean my assumptions are correct. That's just how my perspective is. That's just how it's going. That's why we try to tell y'all. We can think what we want. It doesn't mean it's true. It like that's your thought. Yeah. Is who is it true to you and you only? Okay, well then don't force it on nobody else. Because you can't prove it. It's just your opinion. It's your emotion. It's your feeling. That's just like, the bottom line. I can't even say hopefully it makes sense because I know it makes sense. I know how to make it make sense. Don't even insult me like that. Don't do me like that and make it seem like I don't. Yeah, I made it all. Always bring it all. Yeah, together. One big old gummo pop. Whether like I took it off and put it back. And I mean, when I say take it off, I'm talking about how I went off the topic a little bit and brought it back. Heavy on the little bit. Because again, I'll be making just the different points, different perspectives for us to just see. Yeah, you get it. If you've been listening, and I know you are, you get it. You know it's a little complex like that. However, it ain't a Rubik's Cube. This shit ain't Tetris listening to me. I got y'all. And y'all got me. Shout out to y'all. I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all. I may not even say that enough. I appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for not listening and giving and calling me anyway for me to be your therapist to hear you out. I appreciate y'all walking up to me as much as I can't stand it because it gives me something else to talk about. It's keeping my content. It's just keeping me stress free listening to y'all stress on the real because I ain't taking it with me. I may wonder, but I'm not dwelling. Is there a difference? Yeah, it is a difference because again, it ain't my problem. I'm not gonna stick with it too long. But it's definitely gonna be a thought to where like it is now. I can make that a content. I can bring that about. I can give my perspective. I can elaborate. I can, you know? Yeah, that's how we got here. So TMI, too much information. Why are we afraid? Why do we say we want people to be upfront with us and we're not even upfront with people? Why do we say we want people to keep it real with us and we don't keep it real with people? We say lead by an example and we don't do the same. What examples are we giving that's showing we're leaders? That's showing we can lead. Since when? Why do we dictate? Why do we feel entitled? Man, fellas, hey, really quick, before this is over with, fellas, why are we rude to women? Let it slow like that for y'all to like really catch what I'm saying. I'm saying the we, and I'm just saying the we. Y'all know I'm a woman. I'm just trying to figure out why we rude to the women. Be straight up, be real. I'm asking you. You said you feel like they deserve it. You just saying fuck the women. What we good for? Just the vagina. Just our mouths. Sound like just birthing babies. What's cooking sometimes half-ass cleaners? Cause some, I mean, you know, a man will dictate that. I mean, not even dictate. A man will pick that out, pick it down. She half-ass cleaning. She don't do this. She don't do that already anyway. Or then I get to comparing them. She ain't doing it like my mama. She don't make the mac like my mama. She don't make the potato salad like my mama. Opposed to any type of props. I wonder if that man is praising her wherever his soul is. He telling his mama they used to have that. I wonder is the praises going on in another lifetime? I wonder if in her mind that was a praise. Do you think she felt like she was praising him? I mean, because she wasn't ashamed, so she was proud of it, right? I'm supposed to look at that. How should we look at that? She wasn't ashamed to speak on it. She wasn't ashamed to talk about it. So that means she was proud of it. She's not regretting it, you know? And possibly look at that as a what? Girl, you said it. However, again, as I keep remembering, The wine and spirits. Do she know she said it? Was she even aware she said it? Yeah. Do she think she was talking to me? Did she forget the mama was there? That's like how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? Well, we'll never know because I ain't even finna ask him. Shout out to y'all for listening to yeah. Shout out to y'all for listening to too much information. Shout out to y'all for listening to TMI. Appreciate y'all for listening to the Hood Chick Podcast. The Hood Chick Podcast on all podcast platforms, not just YouTube, not just Spotify, not just Apple Podcasts, not just iHeartRadio, not just Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts is at. Boombox, whatever. I mean, Podbean. Shout out to the people that's hearing my voice. Shout out to the people that's knowing my voice. Shout out to the people that's realizing that ain't my voice on Instagram. This is how I sound when it's not a little congested. Shout out to the people that's aware that I am mimicking audios. I am copying audios. It's your girl, Lady Scrap. You know your favorite. I move from the West Side Fruits. HoodChicks35 at Gmail for your interviews. Holla at me. Or don't.